A very good evening to all of you. Let us understand in detail about how the ceremonies are handled and what is the purpose or what is the importance of ceremonies in agile implementation. Okay. So here we are, I think we have completed all the earlier ceremonies, starting with sprint planning and stand-up meetings and, sprint review. But now this is one of the most important as well as I will say most underrated ceremony. Okay. So as the name suggests, it is called as sprint retrospective. Anyone here, can you give me what is your understanding when we say retrospective or to retrospect? What do you understand? Anyone? Yes. The word retrospective. Yeah, no one? Okay. So let me tell you, the sprint retrospective, the word retrospective out of this simply means to look back in short. But when we say look back, so look back about our deeds, about our actions. So in simple words, what we have done better, what we could have done, in a better manner, what we have achieved, where we have been successful, what we could have, achieved, I would say, differently, what what mistakes we did as a team, as an individual, how how we could have, avoided them, how we could have went past them. So basically, trying to take a stock of all your deeds, all your actions, and try to understand how you can better your performance or better your delivery. This is with respect to sprint retrospective. Everybody with me on this? Yeah, please unmute and answer. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes. What about Geeta and Sarupa? Are you able to connect with this word retrospective? Okay. Yes. Okay. So basically, what it is in simple words, imagine you're given an exam, and you get your results after some time. Okay. Just imagine any school, college exam that you had prepared for. Okay. And then when you get your results, when you get your answer sheet, you tally it with what was supposed to be written, right? You tally it, you try to understand what answers you wrote, and then you go back and you're like, oh, I made this mistake, or I could have written this answer better, or I could have phrased this one better. Oh, this I did, pretty well. So it's basically trying to understand about your own performance to ensure that it gets better in future, or not to repeat any mistakes which you have already made. Does that make any sense? See, this word is
Yes.
quite important, and this is, thank you so much. So this is from point of view of sprint. Now let us understand what is the purpose, who are the attendees, and what are the tips and tricks. Okay. So can I request all of you to read one by one each sentence, starting from the purpose? Go ahead.
Allow the team to inspect itself and plan for improvements in the next sprint.
Yes. So what are we saying? The purpose is that the team should be able to inspect themselves. That okay. See, inspect is a very heavy word, all right? But we are using this in context because we want us to better ourselves. Imagine this is a professional setup. Your performance is being, monitored. You are answerable to customers. You are answerable to stakeholders, clients, everyone. So this is quite an essential thing to do. The stakes are quite high. So that's why overall improvements we should make in the next sprint. Okay, that is the purpose. So whatever has been done, but how we can learn from it. Next, attendees.
Scrum Master and the production team. A product owner is optional but recommended.
Yes. So what we say? Honestly, everyone. Now we are saying that product owner is optional but recommended. So basically, what happens in real world, in practical world, generally product owner is assigned to like one product owner has multiple project generally. Okay, one Scrum Master is dedicated to one project. Okay, but one product owner may have multiple projects, and they generally do because that's a little senior position, and they have too many things to take care of. So that's why it's like this ceremony is optional for them to an extent, but we are saying, having them around or having them in this discussion is beneficial or it is recommended. Okay, so this is just an information regarding uh, product owners availability. Now, tips and tricks, all of you can go one by one. Go ahead.
Don't allow people to point fingers and play the blame game. Create a safe space for people to provide their honest feedback.
Yes. So now what we are saying, like for example, okay, imagine we four are doing retrospective for our particular sprint, like like our last 2 weeks we are doing retrospective. So what we can say, oh, this topic was good, or somebody might say, oh no, this session was not so interesting, it could have been better. So in this scenario, we all need to be practical, we all need to be objective, and we shouldn't blame. Now in that case, me or somebody else will say, no, 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 that was good, you're just blaming us, or no, you did that wrong. Absolutely not. We have to be mature enough. We have to be independent and practical enough to see that this is for all of our own good. There is nothing that you did wrong or I did wrong, or there's something, um blaming each other, or just like dodging the bullet. No, this is basically understanding about each and everybody's performance, and also in everyone's performance as a team, right? Because see, if you do well, all three of you do well, this session or this track will do well, right? So same way, if everybody performs better, no, the percentage of getting best delivery is higher or highest. Make sense? Yes, next point. Next point, please.
Use games and different use games and different questions to mix things up and reduce monotony.
Yes. So we are saying use different games, like, have some interactive games, or you make someone guess about some situation, or, I mean, you can do it in a different manner, make it interactive, make it playful. It should not be a very serious or sad process. Okay. So you have to be very active, or you can use mind map, you can use other, activities. You can use some action based, like what we play that. Damsheras kind of thing, I mean, I'm not saying make it too funny, but make it interactive, make it fun enough that everybody is interested. Yes. Next point. Last point.
Make sure any actionable suggestion is captured, assigned, and tracked.
Yes. So what are we are saying? Make sure any actionable suggestion is captured, assigned, and tracked. So now what is the process? Now, for example, imagine in the earlier sprint, we've realized that, okay, this technology, a particular technology was new, and our skills are not matching up to that. Okay, and we might get more projects on that technology. Just a hypothetical yet practical scenario. So what will happen? So in that scenario, okay, so development team or particularly the programmers should learn that skill, or should acquire that skill, practice that skill more, and get up to speed, or create a POC on that particular skill, or start working on that skill. So this is what it is. So we kind of observed one scenario that where the improvement was needed, and we made a plan, and we are planning to take action on that, and then that has been assigned. So if it is development related, then programmers. If it is understanding or domain related, then definitely business analysts. If it is testing related, improvement is required, then testers. If database related, some concepts or some understanding is required, then database administration and the team. Okay, so this way whoever is assigned, that needs to be fulfilled, that needs to be completed. Okay. Can someone read the last fifth point that is mentioned in the gray box?
Fifth is
Fifth.
not
Okay. Do it, do it. Okay, sure.
Fifth is not mentioned everywhere. Done or sprint or cancel. Done goes in the sprint done chart to release the product increment from product backlog list.
Yes. So basically, fifth is not mentioned always or everywhere, but it simply means it is cancel or done. So cancel is, that means the sprint has to be had to be cancelled for any particular reasons, okay, some problem or some delays or whatever, some concerns, or other it is done. Sprint done means it is completed, it is done and dusted, and it is uh, this much sprint backlog has been completed from the product backlog, and that is to be declared. But then it is more or less we kind of discussed in the earlier ceremonies, like review and even retrospective. So that's why this is not an explicit event, but then yes, it is important. I mean, you don't have it as a ceremony or like coming together, but it is maybe a single mail broadcasting to every stakeholder that okay, this sprint is completed or it is done, or in case of any unplanned event, okay, this sprint has been cancelled, or things like that. Everybody with me on this? Sprint retrospective and sprint done or cancel. Any doubts?
No, no.
No.
Super, super. So now let's go to next slide, please. Yeah. Now I think we have seen similar images earlier, but then these images are really, honestly, they are fun. I love having images, and they are, great way to memorize or remember anything. Okay. So what it says is we have 3 points in inputs, two in sprint planning, and two in outputs. Can every person read one segment, input, sprint planning, and outputs? Go ahead.
Product
Product
back.
backlog.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Product backlog.
Mm-hmm.
Latest
Then
increment.
below that, perfect.
A
And
velocity,
then
capacity, and development team.
yes. So what we say, we have the product backlog, and from that we take out the latest increment. Increment for this particular sprint. From like from that entire product backlog, we take out some of the work, and then it depends on the velocity and capacity of the team about how to perform. So, so basically, as per your team's availability, and not only availability, their capacity and their skill level, the inputs are considered, or inputs are confirmed. Okay. So that is velocity and capacity. And I think I remember telling you that Gaurav has really made a very good 30 minutes video on this concept. So I'll just check with him, and if you could share that in our group, that would be great. Okay. Next point, please. Yes. Sprint planning, anyone?
What will we do and how will we do it?
Yes. So now, if you could see the image, see the screen properly,
Mhm.
note that everybody is holding a different prop. Okay. When I say prop, let me flash this for you. Can you see this?
Yes.
One person is holding a pencil, one is holding some, I don't know,
Tools.
nut board fitter tool. Yeah. One is with a goggle and, raising hand. One is a book, and one is a certification kind of, with a goggle or with a spec. So basically, what this denotes or depicts is that everybody's job or everybody's I would say responsibility work wise is different. Okay, somebody's a programmer, someone might be tester, someone might be database expert, someone might be a business analyst, someone might be a tech architect, someone might be anything and everything, but we have different roles to play. And how we do it with the help of tools, we do it with the help of skills, we do it with the help of whatever knowledge of we have acquired as a team over the past years. That's what makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now last, what is the outputs? Yes, go ahead.
Sprint goal, sprint backlog.
Absolutely right. Sprint goal and sprint backlog. So what are we saying? The output and the objective or the outcome of this entire process has to be that we are achieving. And by the way, it's not only sprint goal. Can you see that arrow in that particular middle dot? It has reached. So yes, we have kind of marked it. We have achieved our goal, and then our sprint backlog is updated. So whatever action items or product backlog items we had decided or we had planned to work upon, we were able to achieve them. We were able to complete them. Were able to deliver them. Make sense? Yes. Any doubt in this image? This is a
No, no.
very, I mean, simple yet I would say very practical yet very cute image. I really find it very funny and easy to memorize. Okay, that's the main point. Okay. Now let us understand in detail about Scrum sprints. Okay, that I think we have already discussed this quite a few times. So I just want one person to go through the entire process, from left to right. And if any one of you has, I mean, I think we have discussed, right? What is product backlog? What is a product backlog, guys? Tell me. Anyone or everyone? One line. What is a product backlog?
It's a to-do list of items.
Okay. To-do list of items presented or maintained as per yes, priority and
Yeah.
sorted as per order. Just remember this. Yes, absolutely right. And then what is a sprint backlog?
Is a portion of product backlog.
Yeah, it is a part of it is a some of the part of product backlog that is taken into consideration to work on as per the customer and stakeholders
Need.
priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, not data, their priority. If customer
Okay.
says that okay, we want these items, see, it's like if I'm preparing a cake, I will not prepare as per the ingredients that I have. If the customer is asking for chocolate cake, then I can't make butterscotch cake, right? Because that is the
Okay.
requirement, that is their need, that is their want. So we
Okay.
always cater to customer needs. Yeah. So whatever customer demands or request, their requirement is as per that we take out the sprint backlog.
So
In technical
need
words,
is
if you
correct.
are
So need is correct, right?
we use the word requirements.
Requirement. Okay. Yeah.
Is not the
Exact word.
exact word, yes, that we use in a professional setup.
Uh,
So requirement is a very sophisticated yet professional word. So because they give us a requirement, right?
sure.
They
Sure.
give us what we need to work on. Okay. Need can be used in the case of emergencies. Okay, when they need some other functionality instead of something else. Okay,
Sure.
so in that
Okay.
scenario we can use the word need. Make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So sprint backlog, selected stories and their tasks. That is what is mentioned. From that, we have this beautiful spiral that goes on and on and on all the time, which helps us to understand how the process can be carried out. Give me a second. Can you see this? Yeah. Please read out the middle spiral.
Oh, it's print.
Go ahead.
planning,
Starting with
imple-
planning, yes.
implementation, review, retrospect, and daily scrum. It is. It
Is
comes
there
in cell.
anything out of this? Yes. Is there anything out of here that is not clear to you? Because for the last session and this session, we have completed the ceremonies only. So yes, from planning, implementation, review, retrospect, yes, daily scrum. Anything that is not clear to you?
I have a small
Anyone?
question in this picture. After
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
implementation, this daily scrum comes, or even planning.
During,
Okay,
during.
okay, got it.
During implementation that comes, that's why it is mentioned in between the implementation.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank
Yes. Next point. Then we come to complete it. Okay, so the particular sprint is completed and we all can go back or go ahead with the next sprint. Make sense?
Yes,
Yes. So is this image helpful to you for understanding? See, basically, why the images? Because the entire understanding that we get from the theory, you get from a single image, right? So I'll advise you to take picture of these images, especially not if not. Can you take a picture of this image? If not now, then especially during you when you rewatch the videos, that time it will be really great. This image or the earlier image, because what happens is see, when you're going for an interview or when you are giving mock interviews with us or when you're preparing, you need not always carry these many notes, right? Or even if you carry, that's great, but if you take a picture and you look at that picture and you glance through and memorize or try to remember what about the concepts, that is it, that is it, what we are looking at. Make sense?
yes, yes.
Super. Yeah. Now let us understand what is sprint in a Scrum. Let me increase the font for you. For 1 second. Yes. Go ahead. So these are 4 points. Anyone can read. Yes, especially someone who has not spoken for a long time now. Go ahead.
I'll go ahead.
Yes.
Time-boxed
Yeah,
iteration
yeah,
of
go
a
ahead.
development cycle.
Mhm.
Pro- a broken product a project into small and consistent time interval, as short as a
Mhm.
few days and as long as 4 weeks. Can it tell a spirit
Mhm.
goal a project in itself due to start and a finish record it gives?
Yes. So what it says is time box iteration of a development cycle. So we know what the development cycle is, first of all. Yeah, we are aware. And we are saying time box. Now, what does the word time box mean?
It is having a limited time or a period of time to complete the cycle.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. It simply means that we have a limited amount of time to do something. And so what are we doing here? We are doing development. That is what we will be completing, implementing. That is what is mentioned. Okay. So and there is an iteration of that. So we keep repeating that. It's not only one thing, but we keep on doing this thing again and again. Okay. That is why it is called as iteration. Make sense?
Yes,
Yeah. So see, did we? Okay, let me see. In this, how this daily scrum is there, iteration, same way we have the repetitive work again and again. Yeah, that is what it means. Second point. broken project into small and consistent time intervals. So that is what we do. So basically, our sprint backlog is a small project, a small part of the overall product backlog. Okay, it is taken out from that entire bigger backlog item. So it's basically if you have 100 requirements from customer, you are working on 10 of them in this sprint. Okay, in same way, the fashion will continue, the trend will continue. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Next
Yes.
point is as short as few days and as long as 4 weeks. Okay. So what are we saying? That a sprint can be of 1 week per se, that is 5 working days, or it can be as long as 4 weeks as well. When we say 4 weeks, that means 20 days. So 1 week is considered 5 days, 2, 10, 3 weeks, 15, and 4 weeks is 20 days, working days. We don't count weekend or Saturday, Sunday. So it depends on what kind of choice you make. Generally, the most preferred sprint interval is generally, I'm saying, doesn't apply to all, but most famous is 2 weeks because you get enough time for work to get done and you meet frequently, so you have that rhythm going. Okay. Next point, can call a sprint goal a project in itself due to start and finish recorded games. So we are saying basically a particular sprint is like a small project. It is a project in itself because it has a start date, it has an end date, and you have to complete it. Make sense? Any doubt in this?
No.
Um,
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying yes. Let us go ahead. Just furthermore deep diving into understanding this. Again, is the same image that we have seen in earlier slide. Can I request someone to read out the 3 points mentioned about why fit? As in, the question is why we have this sprint that is of fixed length. Okay, why? So let us understand why there is only one time duration that we have decided. Go ahead.
To balance between the need and to release rapidly, allowing enough time to
Mm-hmm.
complete a useful amount of work in each spirit. Once an appropriate length is found, it typically stays the same.
Okay. So we are saying to balance between the need to release rapidly. So we have same intervals to ensure that, okay, in every sprint, in every duration, we are continuously delivering. Okay. Let me sip some water. So, so it should not be like, okay, in one sprint we delivered 10 requirements, in the next sprint we are the earlier sprint was of 4 weeks, so we delivered 20 requirements. And the next sprint was only 2 weeks, so we delivered 10 requirements. Next sprint would be 1 week, we delivered only 5 requirements. No, this doesn't sound good. This doesn't feel good. This would not be practical in real life scenarios. So basically, to have a consistent pace, the consistent speed of delivery, we always prefer to have same I would say timelines. Okay, so 2 weeks or 4 weeks. So if you have 2 weeks, then in earlier sprint, if you might have completed 5 requirements, in the next sprint you can complete 6 or 4, depending on the complexity or the length of the requirement. Like, are they too big, too much work involved, or are they too complex to understand and implement? So things like that. Okay. Next is allowing enough time to complete a useful amount of work in each sprint. See, always remember it is not only about finishing and giving and only delivering, but ensuring that whatever we had planned or we had committed, we had promise is not the professional one, but the commitment we had made to the customer that we are doing That is what is important, and we had to deliver as per that. So whatever we have committed, whatever we had planned in this particular sprint to deliver to the customer, we would work accordingly, we would work as per that. And that's why uh, our development team should have enough time. So see, we have to consider there can be absenteeism, there can be any technical glitches, there can be any roadblocks in between, right? It's a practical scenario. Somebody might fall sick. Sometimes the machineries might not support. So these kind of thing really happens. You know, sometimes the remote correction doesn't work. Sometimes there is some network outage or anything. I'm not saying it's a regular thing, but it may happen. So you should have that little backup or some time in your hand, some backup extra buffer time to complete your task. Okay, that is with your seniors in the team, like Scrum Master and product owner should have enough time or enough buffer time for the team in case of such abnormalities, if they happen. Last point, once an appropriate length is found, it typically stays the same. So what are we saying? We're trying to understand that which timelines suits our team better or best. So if our team works quite well in 2 weeks sprint, like they are able to understand the work properly in the 10 working days, they are delivering very well. They are able to achieve the sprint goal. They are comfortable. Then it's good. But some team might be comfortable with 4 week sprint. Generally, nobody is comfortable that much with 1 week because it is too long, too short a time. So either it can be 2, 3 or 4 weeks. So whatever your team's comfort zone, or I will say not comfort zone, but practically uh, you know uh, practical way of implementation or practical way of delivery that suits your team, that should be accepted, and that should be uh, you know uh, worked upon, and that should be implemented. So it can be whichever time slots or time duration, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, that your development team as a whole decides, we have to go with it. Any doubt in the question why it is time box? Can you answer this question if somebody asks you that why it is fixed length, why it is time boxed, why sprint has a particular length? Yes, what would you say in your own words? Yes, anyone. You have to read out these points only in your own words. Yes. Do you want me to phrase it for you? Hello. Yes, Geeta, Subran, Sarupa. I'm just asking if anybody asks you during an interview that why we have fixed length sprints or why sprints are time box. How can you answer in your own words? Hmm.
Because we think the project we need to complete it in a time box so that we'll have some commitment. So we'll try to complete it on
Mm-hmm.
time, and we'll try to give our best based on that timeline. If we don't have timeline, we'll not complete it on time, right? So we'll just take advantage of that one. uh, and the product
Mm-hmm.
which we'll deliver also will get delay sometimes. That's why we need a time box and particular time with this work is to be done. I don't know,
Very,
just it
very
is.
good attempt, Geeta. Absolutely right. But you can actually, along with your answer, you can use these words that we have mentioned to ensure that there is a
Mm.
balance between,
The works.
read to release. Yeah. So basically, what we can say is why it is time box to ensure that we deliver on time and we deliver regularly, right? Also, we have a
Mhm.
time box event, a time boxed, situation, because to ensure that team members have enough time to work on their requirements, right? So that is why a particular set of time. So the question is why it is time box, means why there is a particular time, like 2 weeks or 4 weeks, to ensure that we give regular delivery, to ensure that team has sufficient amount of time to deliver, to ensure that the team is comfortable with that time duration.
Yeah. Thank you.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, super. Works. Thank you. Okay, so we are done with this slide. Now let me check if Gaurav is there. Gaurav, have you joined? Yeah, Gaurav, you're on mute.
Yes, Prerna.
Yes. So will you be able to take from the next slide? I mean, it will be a
Yeah,
new
sure.
PPT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I stop share?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm starting with the role part, and I believe that it was not there in the previous PowerPoint. Can you confirm on that?
I've not taken that.
Okay, okay. Okay. Thank you for the information. So, welcome guys. The another segment of this training is starting with more in detail with the various events. And before we begin talking to you about the various events, let me tell you something very, very important. How many of you first tell me that how many of you have gone through Scrum Guide by any chance? Anyone here who goes through, who has gone through, and ever earlier have gone through the Scrum Guide?
Uh, Sorry, Gaurav, this week I had an exam. Definitely, I'll go through this week and give you a check on that
Okay,
one.
thank you so much, Geeta, for confirmation. And thank you. Silences, it means that you have.
Gaurav,
I just,
sorry for interrupting. There is a constant ping sound
yeah,
coming from your machine, it seems.
from my
Yeah.
machine.
Okay.
Okay.
It seems so.
Right now it is
Again,
not
how
there.
we get a ping? Yeah.
Yeah, even I was getting that sound, but I thought some from somewhere else it was coming. But yeah, never mind.
Okay.
So guys, before we start with Scrum planning team, I just wanted to tell you that make sure that you guys are going through Scrum Guide frequently. Okay, because it is quite necessary to understand what is there in the Scrum Guide, what is not there in the Scrum Guide. All right, everyone, just say yes if you understood and registered what I said.
Yes, yes, Gaurav.
Okay, Geeta understood. What about Jibran? What about Sarupa?
Yes, 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 sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your confirmation, Jibran. Sarupa, do you also get it? You can unmute and say yes if you understood. Check if you are talking on mute. Okay, are you there, Sarupa, by any chance or not there? Let me know who all are participating. All right. So guys, everyone needs to participate because this is the interactive session. You understand? One thing before we begin, you need to understand very, very clearly. In the past also I have spoken, and that is always remember rule of 353. What is the rule? Rule of what?
Three,
Rule of
five,
what, everyone?
Three,
three,
five.
five,
353.
three.
So here there is a meaning behind 3, 5, and 3. So what is the meaning of 3? Any idea to anyone? If you don't know, you can say no, then I can tell. Otherwise, I'll wait for you to tell. Gibran, Swarupa,
No,
Geeta, do you know?
you told us, but I forgot. Sorry, sorry.
Ceremony
Okay.
is right. Even I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah. So remember very, very means always remember 3 stands for 3 accountability. 3 what?
Accountability
3 accountability. Earlier we used to call it as roles. What we used to call it as?
rules.
Roles. What do I mean by this? When I say earlier we used to call it as roles mean, it means that Scrum Guide has changed the word roles to accountability. So what is the new word? Is
Accountability.
accountability. The 5 will be the 5 events what Geeta attempted and said, right? These are the 5 events. Okay. 5 sprint events, 5 uh, ceremonies. And the 3 will be what? 3 are the artifacts. What are 3?
Artifacts.
Artifacts. Okay. So what we are going to do is that with this, we will start with 3 accountability. We'll gradually understand 5 events, and then we'll also, along with that, we'll also look at the 3 artifacts. So generally, what are 3 artifacts? So let me quickly check if any screen in the slide is there that is talking about the 3 artifacts or not. Just give me a second. Okay, there will be, but for now you understand is okay, I'll tell you. So your 3 artifacts first you get to know, and then we'll move next. These are your 3 artifacts. The very first artifact is called as this. First artifact is this. What is this?
Product backlog.
Product backlog. The second artifact is this. What is this?
Sprint backlog.
Sprint backlog. And third artifact is this, to which we call it as,
Completed product.
no, we call it as
Iteration.
increment. What we call it as?
Increment.
Increment. So the 3 artifacts are product backlog, sprint backlog, and increment. So that you need to remember. Now, let's understand the 3 rules, which going forward, I'll be referring to it as 3 accountabilities. Okay. Why accountabilities? Because Scrum Guide has updated itself. Okay. So these are the part of the Scrum team, because we are learning the Scrum framework. In Scrum framework, these accountabilities are called, the very first one is product owner. What is the first one?
Product owner.
Product owner. And then we have the second one, and second one is this. What is second one?
Scrum Master.
Yes, Scrum Master. And third one, the Scrum Guide used to tell is development team. But we no more call them as a development team. We call them directly as developers. What we call them as?
Developers.
Earlier it used to be development team, but now these are called as developers. All right, with me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, Gita. So what is it mentions about something about product owner. It says that product owner manages the product backlog, optimize value of the product. So the question is that why product owner manages the product backlog? Because it's product owner owns the product backlog. What he owns?
He owns the product backlog.
Product backlog. That's the reason his focus area is always manage the product backlog, optimize it, uh, optimize the value of the product. Okay. The second one is that Scrum Master manages the Scrum process and removes impediments. The whole idea behind this role was that things has to move towards the done. Okay. And in case anything blocks the movement, then Scrum Master comes into the picture, take the charge to remove all the blockers, bottlenecks, or any impediments that is holding the movement back. With me so far? Movement of what? Movement of delivery. Everyone understand what I said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. But the developers has to manage, developers manage itself and creates done increment. It means that, understand here very closely. When it says developers manages itself, what do we mean by manages itself means?
Self motivated, or they do their work.
Yes, self-motivated, they do their work. But when it says that they manage itself, means they are self-managed team. Now,
Okay.
earlier we used to call them as a self-organized team, but now we call them as per the new Scrum Guide, self-managed team. What do we mean by self-managed team?
They take care of themselves.
Yes, what does it mean?
Uh,
What they do to take care of themselves or
we
manage?
don't. If
Yeah.
they assign a work, they'll work, they'll try to complete it. We need not check on them.
Okay. if they are assigned the
The
work,
work.
okay, okay, if someone is sitting, these are the 3 4 people are saying, then who will assign the work to them? That is the main question first. What you said is right, that we need not to check their work, but first you said that uh, when work is assigned to them, then the question is that who will assign the work to them?
The usual story you told, right? The product
Yeah.
owner will assign it.
Okay, product owner will assign it. So, okay. So when we say self-managed team, when you say that product owner will assign, it means that it is not self-managed. Someone is taking charge of them. Someone is pushing them to do certain things, right?
Yeah.
So when we call it as a self-managed team, say for example, just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm bringing something for you. Uh, okay. So when I'm saying that someone assigned them the task, it means that I'm resharing my screen. So say for example, I'm opening up something for you. I hope my screen is visible to you all. Does it?
Yes, yes, we are able to.
Okay. So what I wanted to tell you is this. Can you see something?
Yeah, it's to-do list.
Yeah.
With
done.
Yes. So what exactly happens? If developers are there, so if what Geeta has said, what she said that someone will assign the work to them, okay, and then they will start working onto them. The whole idea is to push the things towards the done. But if it is self-managed, they don't have to get it assigned. In fact, what they will do, they will they will pull the work. Okay,
Mhm.
they will pull the work. Okay, they
Okay.
won't wait anyone to assign it. Okay, in fact, they are pulling it. Okay,
Okay.
and once they will pull it in WIP, in work in progress, then only they can shift them to done. Got it?
Yeah.
So work has not to be assigned. Now, very, very important question, and you will answer them. Okay. The important question is this, that if, wait a second. Yeah. Okay. If this is my team and this team is pulling the work by themselves because they are self-managed team. So say for example, 5 people are there. Okay. And what happens? The work gets assigned during what time? During this meeting. Which meeting?
Scrum planning meeting.
Planning meeting. We call them as a sprint planning meeting. What we call them as?
Sprint planning meeting.
Yeah. So in planning meeting, because I say that it does not have to be assigned, then you tell me that how come people take the task from in the sprint planning meeting? If they are 5 people, okay, now there are the tasks, user stories are there, okay. Me as a product owner may ask that, okay, if it is self-managed team, it means that what will happen? What will be the typical scenario? Anyone wants to guess? In
They
sprint plan, yeah, go ahead, Geeta.
they need to pull the work,
Pull their work. So
or they
what
need
they
to
will
pull the work by themselves.
by themselves. That's right. Means what they will tell. Sprint planning meeting is going on. Now
Mhm.
work distribution has to be done. So imagine 4 developers are sitting, 5 developers are sitting. You are product owner. What you will
Mhm.
expect these developers to speak then next?
They need to take ownership on particular the job which they can do it.
Okay, and how they may take the ownership? Will they say something or not?
Um,
See here, everyone is sitting there. Okay,
okay.
only the board or any gadgets or any tool is accessible by project manager, product owner,
Mhm.
but rest of the team are the listener. They are interactive, they are understanding the product owner and scrum master. They may ask the question, conversation may go on. Okay, and now the time comes in where the workforce is presented, what all the work items are there is presented. So once everyone understand every single work, now we are expecting, so this is time now to get these items assigned to yourself. Okay, so tell me, what will happen? Means product owner will ask them to pick the work, or developers should pick their work by themselves. Who will pick? So product owner will pick the work for them, or developers themselves will pick the work from
Uh,
product owner.
Developers should pick the work for themselves.
Yeah, and what they may say about it, or what they may do about it, or what they may declare about it. What you are expecting in case you are product owner, what would you expect? You have presented everything. So if I were you as a product owner, I would ask them, okay, so everyone is clear with everything, they say yes. So what either I could tell or I may hear from developers, and what it would be. Imagine yourself in that meeting and you tell me what could be the next line you can hear or you can speak.
I think what requirement you want me to complete it on this,
What requirement you want me to complete?
on the sprint.
Who will say this?
The developer.
Developers. Okay, that's good attempt. Okay, I appreciate it. Anyone else who wants to say something? What you as a product owner will speak or say or hear? Who can tell me that? J- Jubran, you want to try? Understand, this is a self-managed team, and either developer will say something or product owner will say something. So in such scenario, you being a product owner will say something or hear something, and if you say something, what it will be, or if you hear something, what it will be. Want to try, Jibran?
About the product owner.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like you said, like it manages the product backlog and optimize it,
So
and
do you
it
understand the question? The question is that the list of items are very much clear to the developers now, and this is the self-managed team. Now the whole idea is that the task requires to be assigned, the task requires to be taken up. Yes or no?
yes, yes, sure,
On
sure, yeah,
on developer's name. So what I am
yes,
asking the question is that if they are the self-managed team, what I as a product owner will hear from the developers, or why or I as a product owner will say something. If in both the scenario, what the statement could be. I want you to attempt that. Because the next movement is that task is there, then assignee should be there of the work. So to reach to that, what the statement should come into the meeting room. And remember, this is the self-managed team.
uh,
Of course, I'm not going to assign the work to anyone, right? Because this is a self-managed team.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So what I can expect from the team member?
To collaborate with each other.
Yeah. So tell me in the terms of action item, what exactly will happen when we say collaborate? What exactly I mean to say? Swarupa, do you want to
Clarify
attempt
Yeah,
the
it?
priorities and explain the business value of the each time and time bond. When will you
Okay.
complete this?
So the tasks are prioritized. Task has been task is very much clear. Now only it requires to be on someone's name, right, Swarupa? So
Yes.
to get these tasks on someone's name in the meeting room, I as a product owner, either I will speak something or I will hear something. Okay. If I'll hear something, I'll hear from developers. If I'll say something, I'll tell it to developers. So in both the scenario, what the statement could be? If developers are saying something, what I will hear, because the next move is having every task one assignee. Or if I say something, what I will say to developers, so that task will have one name of the assignee. Do you think you can answer this? Or you want to? What will happen that every task will have the name of the assignee, considering this is the self-managed team? Tell me, tell me. So quite simple. The okay, I'll help you out, everyone. Pay very close attention. Now, the question is that every task requires one assignee, and this is the self-managed team. So, can I say something as a product owner? Okay, what I'll say? Will I say that, hey, I'm going to assign this work to this fellow, or I can ask, okay, tell me who will work on what task, the first one or second one? What, as a product owner, what I'll say if it is self-managed? The first statement, as I as a product owner may say that, hey, I'm going to assign this work to someone's name. That's number one. Number two, tell me who is going to work on what. That's my second statement. So what do you think is right? The first one or second one?
The second one.
Second one, of course, because this is the self-managed team. Now, if it is the second one, and I ask now because developers are silent, then what I can expect from developers? What they will do? Will they will they say that, okay, I will pick the work there, or they will stand up or declare which item I will be picking up? The first one or second one? Imagine these items are
I
having
think
some IDs. Okay, US1, US2, the US means user story, US3, okay,
Mhm.
US4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Say for example, we have these people. One is Mr. A1, A2, A3. Okay. So what the scenario I may expect? So Geeta, you said was right. I would expect every developer should contribute and say that, hey, I'm going to pick you user story 3. If no one is participating, someone will initiate, and this is what my expectation. Developers should come up and they say that, okay, so I'll be working on this work. I'm taking this user story. Someone will say, I will be picking up this user story. Likewise, everyone has the user stories. Okay. Now, number 5 is still sitting. Okay. He has not picked up the user story. And now I don't want to influence the team, and say for example, user story number 5 have certain criticality which I believe that A2 can easily do. Now I will ask that who is very much smart when it comes to integration. I believe A2 you are, or A1 who is. So they themselves say, okay, I am very good on A2. Okay, I'm very much good into integration, and I can pick user story 5. Okay. Now in this scenario, what happens is that this number 5, developer number 5 did not contribute. Okay. And he was not given any work. So 10 days, imagine as if he was a tester and he is sitting silent. Now, in next Scrum meeting, the same thing gets repeated. Number 5 did not participate. Why? Because it was a self-managed team, and you saw that, and it may happen that number 5 is not getting assigned any work. He is also spectator, and you as a product owner is identifying the criticality of that those work and assigning to everyone. What will happen with this guy, developer number 5 in the long run? What do you think? Will he survive? He will not survive. What will happen to him? Will he be noticed? He will not be noticed. Yeah.
I think
So
he will be noticed.
he will be noticed, and what will happen?
I
Because
don't know
this
whether,
is a self-managed team. So what may
yeah,
happen? If he is noticed, he will be noticed for what?
not doing his work.
But he has not taken any work. So he will be noticed for what?
Uh,
Because this is self-managed team. Everyone took their work, but number 5 is not getting opportunity. What will happen? What should happen? You tell me. This is the self-managed team.
so the development team will not have a lead or kind of person who can assign.
Okay, but you see in this scenario what happened, that every item got distributed amongst 4 people. Okay, the fifth one did not get the opportunity then. And imagine this repeated for the 3 sprint. My question was that will the fifth person will get noticed or not? You said notice, and he will be noticed. You said for not doing the work, or for what reason? You said that for doing the work. What did you say? Why he will be noticed for what?
Maybe in the retrospection, they'll, if the project is not done on time, they may have a chance of checking on this one.
And why you are assuming that product will not be a project will not be done on time?
Because there is a limited sprint based on the people they are assigning the work.
Yeah, that is true. But now here you see, when I as a product owner was assigning the work, or when people demanded the work, they got assigned. Even the fifth item, which was remaining, A2 picked it. Okay. Now there is no work. And my idea is that the entire 5 items should be completed in the sprint, and it got completed. I said that imagine this happens with the 3 consecutive sprint, and the fifth one still did not contribute. Okay. Because everyone was being picked up. So the question is that
Mhm.
whether the fifth person will be noticed or not. You said he will be noticed. So he will be noticed for what? Project is anyways happening in the time.
Or or the Scrum Master will check on this one and try help it.
Help
Sorry,
in what?
help it
Yeah,
and
you yeah, in what?
by coaching him to get this work.
Coaching him to take the work. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Okay. Anyone else? You want to try something? Any other answer? Swarupa, Jubran, do you think you can attempt the answer? What will happen to fifth person? Okay, I'll give you the answer. Listen very closely and very practical. And I don't want any one of you to be the fifth person. The fifth person will be noticed for not doing the work. He will be noticed for what?
not doing the work.
Not
For
doing
not
the
doing
work.
the work. And in case, imagine if it is the self-managed team, and for every sprint he has not contributed, then, and he has noticed for not doing any work, and he may say because there was no work left out to complete. Okay, he may say the reason, but
Mhm.
we need to coach him. Definitely the Scrum Master will coach him. Okay, this is the self-managed team, right? This is what.
Self-managed team.
And you need to pick up your own work, because you are not picking up your own work and it has been the 3 sprint. This is the warning time. Say for example, again this followed in the 4th sprint and 5th sprint. What will happen then now?
Maybe
what
he'll
what
be removed from the team.
Exactly, you are right. This may result to layoff. This may result to what?
Layoff.
Layoff. Now it becomes agile becomes quite critical, because people are habituated of the other way to work. Okay, other way of work is that you assign me the work. I am not the boss, I am the worker. You assign me the work and I will do the work. But here the Agile says that, okay, you will not be assigned the work. You need to pick your own work. Okay. And if you fail to do so, then it may result to this. With me so far?
Yes.
So you understand when it comes to this meeting, then you have to be vocal and tell what you can pick up. If you need understanding or clarity in some item, you will be asking for that. Is it clear to everyone, Jubran, Swarupa, and Geeta?
Yes, yes, it is
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Now let's understand these people and their tasks more at detailed level. First, you see four people understanding: product owner, scrum master. This is the scrum team. So scrum team, when I say, in fact, these are the developers who are representing the development team. Okay. Who are they? Developers. And that's the reason what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just change the name over here, just marking them as developers. Developers. Got it? Product owner. Product owner, it says that he conveys the vision of the stakeholder to the team. It means that product owner is always in touch with whom?
Developers,
Yes, of course,
Step.
and also with
stakeholders.
stakeholders. When I say stakeholder, what does it mean?
It's the customer.
Customers, of course. Why customer? Because see, when we say stakeholders, it simply means that everyone involved in the project will be stakeholders. It means that whose stake is there in the project are the stakeholders. But the maximum stake in a project will be of the client, and that's the reason the moment we say stakeholders, it has to represent to the client or the sponsors. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Whatever clients want, or whatever the information clients want to share with product owner, he or she will. And product product owner has to understand their vision, why they are doing what they are doing. Okay. And it has to be translated to the entire team. To whom?
Entire team.
Entire team. And product owner has the power to alter the scope of the work. Why? Because he may receive such commands directly from the stakeholders. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes. And sometime definitely he borrows the skill of a business analyst, and with his help can educate back stakeholder to reprioritize their work, because they may ask for anything, but there should be a logic behind it, there should be reasoning, and there should be technical support, technical understanding behind it. Say for example, he is asking for the module F. Okay. Module F. And module F can only be delivered if module G is ready, say for example. Then with the help of business analyst, uh, stakeholders can be coached to pick for the module G first and then go for module F. Reason being is that the dependency becomes easier, and the work becomes smoother, and that's the reason even stakeholders may come back and can say that, okay, I'm okay with this module G to be delivered first, and then product owner may come back to the team and say that, okay, now we need to stop the work for module F and let's deliver or focus towards module G. And because product owner had this power, he says that and it gets accepted. With me so far, everyone?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Now this product owner is also responsible for the return on the investment. That is why they occupy an authoritative position in the firm, because it involves the fund. Okay. It involves uh, just give me a second. Yeah. Can someone reread the third point for me?
To
Anyone
commit,
please?
yeah,
Yeah, go
this
ahead.
one, to commit to goal and deadline on behalf of the team.
Okay. No, 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 no. Okay, you went to the some other one. I was asking in this first box, product owner,
Yeah,
reread the
responsibility.
third.
Yeah, just a minute. Responsibility for the return on investment (ROI). That is why they occupy an authoritative position in the firm.
Yeah. Thank you so much for reading this out. Okay. So product owner is responsible as an authority um, for the return on investment. Okay. So when I say return on investment means what? What comes in your mind?
The final product.
The final product. That final product in exchange of what?
Uh,
See, you are giving the final product in exchange of what? You are giving the final product in exchange of fund, of course, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So whatever the customer has investment, you are returning, you must return the value more than that. Okay. And
Hmm.
that should be the product owner's motto. So in case tomorrow you are going to be product owner, you should not just only focus on the just work done, but also you should focus on the value with the consent of the value which you are going to deliver with the consent of client, with the consent of who?
Client.
Client to do what? To make it visible as over delivery. Make it visible as what?
Over delivery.
Over delivery. It means that the whole idea behind the over delivery in the less time is with the client's consent is that they have gotten more than they have asked. With me so far, and that result to the client delight. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, when I say this, the next one, here. Okay. The next one says that not only with the team, but also communicate with the stakeholders about progress and problems. So why they need to speak about progress and problem? Progress, I understand. They need to communicate to the stakeholder and they should be. But when it comes to problem, why do you think that it is important to talk about the problem even with the customers? Any idea?
We need to explain what is the risk and why we did not do it. What are the
Yeah, of course. So tomorrow, if anything goes wrong and if it impacts the delivery, it means may turn to delay. They should be knowing what was happening and what could be the reason behind it. That's number one. Number two is that the whole idea behind this work is that Agile encourages transparency. What encourages?
transparency?
Transparency. And the transparency tells that whatever comes in or goes out, the sponsor or customer should be knowing about it, right?
Mhm.
So any sort of delay should be communicated or not communicated if
It, sh-
transparency is the core,
it should be communicated.
should be communicated. Absolutely right. So once it needs to be communicated that, okay, there is certain problem, then after the communication, you can go ahead and you can inspect on the cause of it, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. And the moment you inspect the cause, there could be the reason to take certain corrective action to which you may call it as a adaptation. What you will call it as a
Adaptation.
Adaptation.
adaptation. Okay. And then if you adapt the uh, new action item, that may lead to the result. Yes or no?
Yes.
This may. Now, when I say this, you need to remember the three formula over here. One is T of transparency, I of inspect, A of adaptation. With me so far?
Yes.
So, as a Scrum Master, you must remember this. Why? Because that will help you to, to move the entire delivery towards the done. To move the entire delivery towards the
Done.
towards the objective and done. And it always starts with transparency, and transparency is brought if something is holding the delivery back, and then the for the impact, if it is not going to be positive, you have to inspect it and adapt the corrective action so that it can lead to result. If you will abbreviate is, you need to remember this TIA for TIA. TIA lead, TIA bots may brings you the result. So T plus I plus A is equal to R. Will you remember the equation?
Yes.
T plus I plus A is equal to R. So what is T plus I plus A? Who can tell that?
Transparency, inspection, and adaptation is equal to result.
Yes. And the entire agile delivery may revolve around this equation. How we will get to see about it in the coming days for sure. Now let's understand this work. Any questions so far here? Product owner and his responsibility? Yes,
No,
no?
no.
Okay. So guys, I just looked at the time. It's already uh it's the time when we will have to take a pause. But whatever the segment I took and I gave you the quick knowledge on what the Scrum Guide has brought the change in, what all, why you need to go through the Scrum Guide again. It's no more development team, it's developers. It's no more account roles, but it is accountability. So these are the quick highlighter want you all to remember, and also go through the Scrum Guide frequently. So after knowing this all, what do you feel like saying? Did you get some value in today's learning, and how it feels like to you? Yeah, let's hear from Geeta first. Yeah, Geeta, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, I feel like saying we should be quick in picking up the work, like first come, first serve kind of thing. I take
Yes,
this point.
great insight, Geeta. Great insight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, Jubran, what do you feel like saying?
The time is managing the time, the most important thing.
What time? Time? You say something? Time is what?
Yeah, yeah, managing the time is the most
Managing
important
the
thing.
time. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Jubran. Let's hear from Swarupa. Swarupa, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, the product owner explains what is the complete and what was not complete with the developer's team and return
Yes,
on investment. Like this.
yes. Return on investment from product owner's point of view. They need to understand that point. Okay. So Dev, when you are here, I believe that you could join in the half the way. So do you want to also say something? Did you pick
Uh,
something or
yeah,
you?
I would say, despite it's my repeat, and it's the
Yeah.
same topic, you are giving different examples. So it's good,
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
because it's your natural ability. So you relate with different examples compared to what you gave 4 months ago. So it's good
Yeah.
that I'm learning something different as well. Thank you.
That's nice. Thank you so much, Dave. And thank you so much, everyone, for showing up or staying till end. And we are going to meet again tomorrow. Till then, bye bye and good night, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.